All is well. Hey, hey y'all.
What's up?
Okay, so please introduce us to yourselves.
Hey, I'm Lakita, Mrs. Get Some.
And then who are you?
I'm comedian Claudine. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm comedian Claudine. I ain't getting none, but yeah, yeah.
Join the club. Okay, so let's go and jump right into it, right? So, Lakita, we'll start with you. How did you get started doing comedy?
I'm not a comedian. I'm just silly. I'm very
No, yes,
I
you did a show recently, didn't you?
no, I'm just silly. I go to my husband's shows, but I'm no comedian at all. I'm just goofy as hell. That's it.
And then for you, Claudine, what got you started doing comedy?
Most people would normally say, Claudine, what you say is funny. You ought to go on stage or whatever. And that's how I got started. But I started really actually when I was stationed at Fort Hood doing Tina Turner impersonations. And then when I got here to Jacksonville, yeah, Tina Turner impersonations. And then when I got here to Jacksonville, I just picked it up after that. After a couple of years settling down, then I picked it up and got back on stage.
Cool, cool. Okay, so why do you guys think rich people live on the water?
It's just peaceful. Everybody can't just pull up to your house. Living on land like regular poor folks like us. People just like pull up to your house and show up when the hell they want to, and that's not cool. So you live on the water. Hey, I can. Okay.
I think people live on the water because the majority of them, when you say rich people, most of them are white, and black people ain't going around water because they can't swim. So it's like, why? Why even? Why you come to our house and say, I wonder who lives there? You can say, I already know who don't live there.
Okay, so with the Olympics, I've been observing like that Germans are really tall.
Really?
So why do you think that Germans and black people are so tall? We'll start with you, Lakita.
I don't know. I know a lot of my uncles are tall, so that's probably where I got it from. I mean, I'm not super tall, but I don't know. I noticed the same thing. I don't know why they so tall. That's scary though, because they are really tall. I don't know.
Yeah, they're like with the what's that sport called? Well, in the basketball games, I've noticed like some of the Germans were taller than the black guys, and I'm like,
I know some of the
that's interesting.
I don't know what they feeding them. Maybe they still got Similac over there. I don't know.
Oh, wow.
Why do you think so, Claudine?
They always say sleep, going to sleep, getting rest makes you grow. And then, when I was stationed in Germany, they called it Mittagspause, where they would sleep in the middle of the day. So I figured they drunk asses just drink something and go to sleep and just grow at lunchtime.
They do make yes.
You go to bed at 3 feet and wake up at 5 feet. I'm like, okay.
You guys are so funny. Okay, so let's get into a little bit of seriousness.
With a comedian?
So we hold these truths, huh?
I said, with a comedian? She said, serious? Okay, go ahead, Ashley.
So we hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal, right? Was it a good idea to include women in that part of history? We'll start with you, Claudine.
Oh, you had to pick Claudine. Well, hell, there's only two of us here, so one of the two.
What are the others?
I don't know. I take everything as a joke, and when you said all men are created equal, because I have been with some men and they haven't been equal to the last man I was been with to be equal with. But to say women should have been included in that, I think so. Women should be included, and I think women still should be included in some things, not everything. If we want to be included in everything, and then something happens at the house, and then you go, "Hey, honey, something's wrong with my car." He like, "What's wrong with you? You want to be included in everything? You fix the damn car yourself. What you asking me for?" So I don't really think that we should be included like everything, but still the man should have, what a man should have. When I get one, I don't know what a man should have, but
Okay, what do you think, Lakita?
I don't think in everything, because if we were, I mean, we should have the same opportunities, like as far as careers and, education, things like that. But I mean, honest, men typically are physically stronger than women. So there's just some things that I believe personally that men can do that we just can't. I mean, sometimes I struggle opening a jar of pickles or something, and I'm like, hey, I don't want to, kind of like Leroy, or if the snake is in the house, snake. So in this case, I need a man to come get the thing. And that actually happened not too long ago. But I wouldn't say that we should be on everything, because we're just not. I mean, if that's the case, then these men that's trying to run in play sports with women, then that would be allowed, and that shouldn't. So everybody can be created equal in everything. I don't think.
Did you see that the transgender woman, yeah, woman, she beat the Olympic record for weightlifting by I think 100 pounds.
Yes. So like, come on now. I don't know. That's weird. I don't know.
What does that say? Oh, okay. Belarus, speaking of the Olympics, let's keep talking about the Olympics. Okay, Belarus sprinter Christina T, I don't know how to say her last name, isn't allowed back in her country because she lost.
Wow.
And then you see these American Olympians who are turning their back on the flag, but they're allowed back in. Should we not allow them back in? We'll start with you, Lakita.
I think people just taking things like so seriously. Okay, we know what the flag represents. People find it disrespectful to kneel and turn their back on the flag and burn the flag. To me, yes, it's disrespectful. However, it's a piece of cloth. I know what it symbolizes, and we shouldn't be disrespectful, to our country. But you got to think, why do some people feel like they need to be? Is the country respecting them? So I think they should be allowed back. It's a piece of cloth. I mean, again, I know what it symbolizes, but I don't think it's a big deal personally.
I would say,
What do you think, Claudine?
I would say ditto here. I don't want to get, you know, repeating the same thing as she's saying, but yeah, I think so. They should be let back in. I don't know why not. It's not like I'm gonna recognize them when I walk up to them.
Right.
It's not be in the public vicinity to just say, "Hey, I'm at Walmart getting some Cheetos and shit," but I ain't want to hold up the flag.
That's so true. Oh my God, I didn't think about that. That's so true. Okay. So the marriage. Oh no, Lakita,
You're losing Keita.
you're spinning. Or is that my fault?
No, Maybe she lived near the water, and they.
I think I had to let her back in. That's so funny that you guys said that about Oh, there you go. Okay, we're back. Okay, so present tense, the marriage rate is declining in America. I don't know what it's like all over the world, where the rest parts of the world. Marriage rate is declining in America, while the birthing rate is raising. So, what do you think is the incentive to get young people to encourage having children while wed, if that sentence makes sense? We'll start with you, Claudine.
Yeah, it does make sense, but I think the demoralizing of, because I'm black, I would have to say the demoralizing of the black man is probably a big thing about it. Women or girls are taught when they're younger to you need to do this on your own. You need to have your own this. You need to have your own job. You need to have your own money. You need to have your own everything. So when it does come time to get a man, it's like, why do I need you? I have my own everything, But maybe it's the part of the hood that you live in, to just have multiple kids and live on the system. Like I've seen some people just continue to live off the system. And, everywhere where these signs are up to saying, for work, not for work for food, but hiring, and we're hiring. No one wants to go out there, but they're using they're using the excuse of COVID, and I don't really think that should be not really allowed, but I don't really think that should be a part of it. But yeah, that's just my take on it.
Interesting, interesting. Let me insert something before you go, Lakita. I work in restaurants, and I've noticed that like these huge groups of women will come in with a bunch of their kids, and I've been thinking to myself, where are your husbands? Where are your boyfriends? You know, where's the male? It's like 4 women and like 50 kids, and I'm like, this is scary. Okay, go ahead, Lakita.
That really is scary. I mean, and again, of course we think that it works best with parents, but sometimes people in toxic relationships, I mean, even when married, husbands and wives still leave each other. They still cheat. They still have other kids. So to some people, I mean, they think, what is the incentive? The same thing that can happen when you're single can happen when you're married. It may not work out. I think it works better if parents are together and they raise their kids and they have kids together. But sometimes it just doesn't work out that way. So of course I'm married. I've been married almost 20 years. So I'm going to lean toward more of, being married. However, sometimes things just don't work out, and that just is what it is. People feel like at this day and age, they can do things themselves, especially women. Like Claudine said, we've been raised, hey, have your own business, always make your own money, don't lean on a man for anything. Because if something happens, then you still can take care of yourself. So,
So picking back. Sorry, go ahead, Claudine.
I wanted to piggyback on that, depending on what type of restaurant you work at, because me and my friends, when I younger with the twins, I have twins. When they were younger, we would call each other and say, "Hey, Golden Corral or whatever, is having this family night where kids at a certain age you don't pay for them. So it's like, let's go feed them motherfuckers. I mean, feed them for free. That way we ain't got to cook and let's try to, and that's what we did. So maybe that's what they're doing at your restaurant. I don't know if they offer, kids eat free a certain night of the week. So everybody bring them, crumb snatchers out and they get a free meal.
So I'm piggybacking to you, Lakita. You've been married for over 20 years. So what's the secret to a happy marriage?
I've learned to not be so serious. Learn your spouse. I mean, because I had to learn, Leroy is just crazy. Before I like, hey, you embarrassing me in public, man. Chill out, calm down, because I don't like attention. He does. So I had to learn him and let that man be a man. Like, it is what it is. If he takes the lead in this house. If he F something up, then hey, I've learned to not try to take the lead, do everything. I just know I'm gonna be ready to clean it up when he mess it up. That's all.
I like that. I like that. So going back to marriage, let's say that divorce, right? Divorce rate is raising right now as well with COVID because people are realizing they didn't really like their partner. Do you believe in spousal supports? Start with you, Lakita.
Hell no.
Why?
Somebody makes the decision to leave, then you must have thought about, before you made the decision, you must have thought about, can I support myself? Why should somebody have to support you just because they've been supporting you 20 years ago? Okay, you're not married anymore. For what? That's ridiculous to me. If you planned it out and you thought about leaving, then you had to have thought about how you take care of yourself and or kids and household. That's ridiculous to me, spousal support. So.
And you, Claudine?
I think if the person leaves and you have children left behind, I guess, children is children under the age of 18. And if you have kids left behind in the house, if you're the one that decides to leave and you're leaving that house, if you're the head of the house, then I think that you should, pay. There are, some women out there that decide, like me, to jump up out of this shit. You're not just gonna stay in anything just to be in it, just to say, okay, yeah, I'm married and I got a ring on. Having a ring on and being married, it doesn't make you happy. I'd rather be not married and have a man and be happy than to fake like I'm in a relationship just to prove something to the world, just to say, hey, I'm married. Hey, he put a ring on, but he putting his ring around somebody else's ring. I'm going too far with this, but keep going.
Okay, so who do you think, you're not allowed to say Robin Williams, who do you think are the top 4 comedians of all time? Starting with you, Claudine.
I would say Bob Hope, Lucille Ball.
Oh, yeah.
My favorite, y'all know I'm gonna say it, Wanda Sykes, and
You look like Wanda Sykes. You get that a lot? Sorry. You get that a lot? Sorry.
yeah. And I would say my male comedian would probably be Cat Williams.
Oh, yeah. Good choices. Good choices. Okay, your turn, Lakita.
I would say Robin Williams.
You're not allowed to say Robin Williams.
Pryor, that's the one I meant. Richard Pryor, Bernie Mac, Kevin Hart, definitely. It's just hilarious to me. And I'm going to say Leroy.
Aww.
I just think, I think it's hilarious. I really, although I know what he's going to say, the way he thinks, I still cry laughing. So I think he's one of my tops.
Yeah.
That's so sweet. That's so romantic. Aw. Okay. The baby. Did you guys do your research on who the baby is?
I know.
So, for some historical context for people watching this in the future, thank you for watching in the future. Is America doing okay? So, present tense, there's a rapper called The Baby with a D-A, and he did a concert where he said, and I'm going to paraphrase this, he said, if you don't have AIDS, put your cell phones in the air. If you're not getting your nether regions sucked in the parking lot by the same sex, put your phone in the air. And they removed him from a lot of future context, from a lot of future concerts. And then he did an apology, but it was a half-assed apology. So Lakita, what do you think about his comments, and should he have apologized?
And everybody's so sensitive about it. Everything. A concert. You gotta know that we can say whatever we want to say. Like, why are people so sensitive? People are way too sensitive. They take stuff way too personally. The man, you paid to go see him. Hell, you didn't know what he was going to say. So, oh well. I think people should just get over stuff. Stop being so sensitive about everything.
You should have been his agent.
Shut up and let the man talk. You know, that's
what. What do you think, Claudine?
I don't know too much about the little baby or whatever his name is. Or,
Those are 2 different people.
Oh.
Because there's a rapper called The Baby and there's another one called Lil Baby.
Oh, okay. Either one of them little babies. But I don't know nothing about either one of them. But I'm just saying, if he did make a comment like that and he went to apologize, no one wants to accept a black man's apology. It doesn't even matter what he says. If a Caucasian comes out and or a non-black person, I'll just say the non-black because everybody's on this black thing, and But if a non-black comes out and they say something and then they say, "Oh, let's strike that from the record," it's almost like we didn't hear it. Like being in a courtroom and they say something off the chain, and they say, "Strike that," and it's like, okay, jury, don't pay any attention to that. But it's like, wait a minute, we already heard it. So why can't we accept a black man's apology as the same way we accept a non-black man's or non-black apology? Because I think they just take it too much over the top. That's just my take.
I didn't think about that. That's very interesting. So going back to black men, should we have stopped listening to R. Kelly's music? Start with you, Claudine.
No. I don't think so. I mean, should we stop listening to Anita Baker's music because she didn't like her husband and they got a divorce? Because some people frown on divorce. Should we stop listening to, jokes of, not really jokes, but, you know, in that category, you know, artists, they're comedy because they decided, you know, they were strictly dickly for 10 years, and all of a sudden the other area aroused them, and now they left their husband and married a woman. So, no, I'm not going to stop listening to R. Kelly music. How about I just pop on some right now? No, I'm, I'm just kidding,
It's
but
good music.
I don't think it makes a difference because we still jamming to Michael Jackson.
Good point. Good point. All right, what do you think, Lakita?
I personally don't. I'd rather not. Knowing what he did to young girls, how he took advantage of girls, I don't see him the same. And anytime a song comes on of his, I turn it off, personally. I just, yes, it's good music, but knowing what he represents and knowing what he did and what it stands for, who the hell he's singing? I mean, old, I'm confused. So I personally don't listen to his music anymore. I just rather not. There's plenty more good music I could listen to other than his, so I don't like it no more.
I only have a comment from Tiffany. She's right. They berate the black man, but then put so much weight on their words and actions to cancel them. There's a difference between canceling and holding accountable. It's a very good point. Thank you for making that. I didn't submit this to you guys, so feel free not to answer this. But I've been thinking to myself lately, why are white women so angry? Like, thinking about this historically, white women started a lot of these movements. White women are the reason why we're allowed in the workplace. They're the reason why we don't have to stay in the household, you know? Susan B. Anthony. They're the reason why why we have white politicians. So, like, why is it that these Karens, why are they so angry when it's like, you're the ones who started it all. So why are you being so angry at us? Not us as in black women, but just like us as women in general, or and people in general. Why are you so angry? Whoever wants to go first. Sorry, I know that was a random question.
Angry. We see a lot of stuff now. I mean, they already see it as a threat a lot of times. They know this is our time. Their time is running slim. They know it's our time. They've been this way. We just get to see how many people get to show their actions and record them with these phones and stuff is going. I think they've been angry. Hence the reason they try to make us change our appearance and our hair and not be on television, try so hard to hold us back from starting businesses. They've been angry. It's nothing new. We just get to give them a name and see their Karen faces on screen, I think.
What do you think, Claudine?
I think the white woman has always been outside of the house, or has always been catered to, and the white woman has always been looked upon as the food stamp collecting woman. But then, you know, thanks supposedly to the black man that left her, she decided to go back to school and get her education, and now she's on top of the world. And a lot of black people are going back to school and getting their educations and coming out of the house and being somebody. And now the black men are starting to, you know, gravitate towards these women that do have educations and thinking more about, you know, not about themselves, but about becoming like one unit or whatever, you know, or what they ever say, equally yoked, and not just out here just playing with eggs.
Thank you for that. Okay, so where can we like you? Oh, sorry, I have a couple of comments. Sorry. Nobody said, because their perceived position in life is now being challenged. Very interesting. Tiffany said, Karens are angry because with all their plotting, conniving, we still have black joy. Oh. They still look to us for the standards of beauty and culture while being unable to duplicate it with surgery.
Oh,
That's
wow.
very interesting.
Wow.
I never thought about. Are we friends, Tiffany?
Hey,
Is she one of your friends, you guys?
she's another. Very
Add me. Add me. Okay. Where can we like you guys, stalk you, all that fun stuff? Lakita?
my YouTube.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
oh my gosh, sorry. The Signals 27 show. Plug that. Sorry. Signal 27. Someone plug that first.
Yes, tomorrow we go live. We go live on Facebook, YouTube, I believe. On Sundays at 6:30. Both Claudine and I are on the 6. 27 Show. Y'all need to follow us. Go to Facebook and like the Signal 27 Show. And you can follow us on all platforms, Spotify and iHeart, all kinds of everywhere, wherever you can find podcasts. We're funny and we educate as well.
I love watching the Signal 27 show because it's like they talk about current events, but like they put a funny spin on it. You know, like you can it's kind of like the Joe Rogan experience, but it's like if Joe Rogan had like 5 different personalities. Does that make sense? Okay, so now where can we follow you, Lakita?
You can go to my YouTube page. It's called Kita's Confused. That's KITA''S Confused. For some videos because I'm just goofy and I ride around and tell people what I'm confused about. My Facebook page is Get Some, GITSUM. I show people, share workout tips and meal prep plans, things like that, and you might get some goofiness on there too. So you can follow me there. And my book, The Other Side of Addiction, you can order from Amazon. Check me out.
And then where can we follow you, Claudine?
I'm basically on Facebook. I just got this. I have had Instagram for a while, but I didn't really, get on it like I wanted to get on it, But I guess after today, I'll probably be more on Instagram and doing a little bit more with it. But you can follow me down aisle 7 at Walmart or 12 at Lowe's or Home Depot. If you happen to be in that area. Or like right now, I'm working on this new sitcom out of Jacksonville, Florida, called the Duvals. So they will be filming today on location here at my house. Yeah, and I'm just looking forward to bringing that out to the public. It's a new comedy sitcom, and hoping that gets off the ground and we do something with it.
I'm excited for that. Yeah, y'all better keep it real Duval though. Keep it real Duval.
It is. It is.
And then last question, and I'm gonna let you guys go. It's not gonna be the question that I submitted to you guys, if you don't mind. How do you stop being so hard on yourself?
I guess I'll go first. Man.
Because you've been going first all afternoon, so just keep going. No,
okay. I know I can talk, Jab. You talk. I just learned myself so serious. And I really didn't learn until this COVID thing. It's about this whole virus. It has just changed the way that I look at life and the way that I view everything. Like things are just not anymore because we have, people that are dying and that are sick and that are fighting for their lives every day. I mean, what's that serious? I just say, you know what? I just want to live my life and enjoy it. I'm going to do the things that make me happy every single day. I'm going to find something that makes me have a. I didn't realize that until COVID, honestly. So.
Yeah. What's your advice, Claudine?
What was the question again? I'm old. I can't remember.
How do you stop being so hard on yourself?
Okay, how I stop being so hard on myself by not listening to people try to tell me how to live Claudine's life. I am who I am. Some people say, "Oh, you so harsh. Oh, you so brash. Oh, you so this." But I'm like, but regardless, at the end of the day, I'm also Claudine. So I look at what I can do for me and not what people can do for me, because my motto was always, and I hope it's not too sensitive for people's ears on here, is that I don't feed you, I don't fuck you, and you don't pay my bills. So my thing is, I live for me and what I can do for me instead of trying to please other people to make them happy in the way that they want to see me, because the way they want to see me is not the way that I want to see myself, and you're changing me, and it's going to be a problem. So this is me. This is me.
Yeah, that's so real. Okay. Thank you, guys. This was so encouraging.
Thank you. And
thank you guys so much.
Because I got a man coming. Okay.
All right. I'll talk to you guys later.
Alrighty. Bye-bye.
Bye.